And Samir also spoke to Salil Gupte, the president of Boeing India, on Boeing seeing India as a critical driver of global aviation growth for the next decade. Let's listen in.
The people of Boeing in India all have a singular mission on civil aviation, which is to develop sustainable civil aviation growth that allows every Indian to fly. And I think that's neatly aligned with the goals of the Prime Minister and of the nation. That's why we believe that with India leading economic growth around the world, we believe that the growth of aviation in India will be very significant over the next 20 years. We're forecasting 3,300 aircraft coming into India over the next 20 years. South Asia region, most of which is coming to India. And then 45,000 pilots and a similar number of mechanics that will be needed to fly and maintain those aircraft over that time period. So it is a tremendous undertaking, not just to deliver those aircraft between all of their airplane OEMs, but also to have the pilots and mechanics to support them.
45,000 is such a huge number. And even if, as of now, when we speak, you see the challenge that airlines are facing, the sector is facing is there's a significant gap when it comes to the demand and supply part, the pilot part, the cabin crew part. What role Boeing is playing to, address this big issue?
Well, there's a lot that we're doing. So there's, first of all, the pilot training curriculum. We're moving towards a competency-based training curriculum, which is something that the Indian regulator, the DGCA, has been taking a lead on around the world. This is something that all regulators will move to over the long term, but the DGCA has been leading from the front on this, and we've been proud to support those types of curricula here in India, which is very important. It's a shift away from the traditional task-based pilot training curriculum, and we think that is terrific. That's number one. Number two, we have made an investment of about $100 million over the last couple of years now in terms of simulator capacity, working with our airline partners and our training partner, CAE, to get simulators into India for the 737 MAX, for the 787, to ensure that more pilot training can happen here in India. Because it is, of course, less efficient for pilots to have to go abroad for that commercial training to occur. So we want as much of it to happen here as possible. And I, of course, know that our OEM competitors and peers are doing something similar as well.
All right, and in an exclusive conversation, Samir spoke to Jugan Westermiller, who's the president and managing director of Airbus India and South Asia, on India's strong traffic growth, rapid airport expansion, and a massive fleet build-up. Here's what he had to say.
We have today a backlog for the next 10 years in India of 1,250 aircraft. So simple mathematics, you divide by 10, so we will have an average of 120 aircraft per year delivered to India. So you can say more than 2 aircraft per week, which is a great number, and even peaking it up to 150 aircraft. And this is what also supports the demand of our customer, the growth strategies of our customer, and we are in close collaboration with them to deliver and bring them entry into service.
Outsourcing from India has been one of the key things, and just want to know that in next 5 years or maybe for the next 10 years, what sort of outsourcing numbers or the bigger target that you are looking at currently? Where do we stand, Airbus currently where it stands, and how you're looking to progress?
In the last 5 years, we tripled our sourcing volume from 0.5 billion to 1.5 billion. And at the end of the decade, we will reach at least 2 billion. So tremendous sourcing growth with complex parts.
And well, another big change to the economic survey is